Hello, and thank you for joining us on this journey of discovering more about our local environment here in Niagara and our last coldwater stream, and of course, the brook trout or brookies that live in it. In this module, you'll learn more about this important species of fish, including how to identify them, where we find them, why they're important, and how they're doing in 12 Mile Creek.
Wow, you certainly can't miss a brookie. Look at those colors. I've heard people say they're the most beautiful of all freshwater fish, and now I can see why.
I certainly agree, although when we view them from above, we often only see the dark olive green color of their backs. If we look closer, we can see that they are fantastically colorful with yellow flecks and red spots that have bright blue halos around them. Their fins are pale to bright orange with a white leading edge followed by a black stripe. The red dots with blue halos and white stripes on the fins make them easy to identify.
That's incredible. I will keep an eye out for the red dots with blue halos and fins with the white stripe. I'm very excited that I now know how to identify a brookie. Are there any other fish in our local streams that we could confuse for brook trout?
Yes, there are two other trout species that are somewhat similar, though not as colorful: rainbow trout and brown trout. They were brought into Ontario from other areas, and they often compete with native brook trout for food and habitat. Watch here as a brookie fends off a brown trout. What is equally important to identifying them visually is identifying the habitats that can support them. Here we are in Font Hill, in the headwaters of 12 Mile Creek. Both the name of this town and Salvelinus fontinalis, that's the official scientific name for brook trout, come from the Latin word meaning spring or font. It's these springs, emerging from the hills here, that provide the natural riffle and pools with the cold, clear water that brookies need to live. Let's dive deeper to learn more about the life of a brook trout. In the fall, brook trout travel upstream to the headwaters in search of just the right gravelly spawning bed. They choose to lay their eggs amongst small stones with fast, cold water flowing over, water that's been agitated and has large amounts of oxygen in it. Females actually make a nest in the bottom of the stream, swishing their tails in a violent sideways motion to dig a shallow depression called a redd. The males swim nearby, aggressively chasing other males away. After fertilization, the eggs may be covered by more gravel and then are given no further care from the parents. Developing over the winter, newborn alevins hatch around February, staying in the redd and feeding on their yolk sac. As bigger fry, they take cues from the stream temperature, beginning to move and search for available food. Growing fingerlings spend time in deeper pools until they mature into adult brook trout, where they become ready to return to the spawning ground to begin a new cycle. Brook trout have been found up in the headwaters of 12 Mile Creek upstream of Short Hills Park. Though they used to be common in the park not that long ago, they haven't been found there for many years now due to changing conditions, some natural, but mostly man-made.
So, even though 12 Mile Creek is the last stream in Niagara where they can be found, brookies are declining even here?
That's correct. Brookies are susceptible to a number of stressors and threats, as we'll learn in more detail in a later module. But the water must follow the 3 C's: cold, clean, and clear, in order for them to live and reproduce. At temperatures of 20 degrees, they suffer, and at 22 degrees or warmer, they can't survive. They also need water with low turbidity. Turbidity is a term used to describe one aspect of water quality. Water with high turbidity has lots of dirt particles, or even pollutants suspended in it. This can cause a stream to look something like chocolate milk and creates a very poor habitat for brookies.
So, for a brook trout to thrive in a stream, the water must follow the 3 C's: cold, clean, and clear.
You've got it. That's why brook trout are such an important species of fish. They are what we call an indicator species. They tell us a lot about the quality of the water in a stream just by their presence, or, in this case, their absence. Where they can't survive, the water quality is poor for other plants, insects, amphibians, and animals, including us humans.
So here in 12 Mile Creek, the Brookies are telling us that we need to make a change, not only to protect them, but to ensure our waters are healthy and pure for all wildlife and for ourselves.
Be sure to click to the next video where we will cover the history and function of our local 12 Mile Creek watershed, exploring how watersheds function and what makes the 12 unique.